Welcome to the arcade, everybody, and welcome back to beautiful morning, April morning, in Farming Simulator 25. We're going to go ahead and get started on this field. I almost started panicking because I didn't set the seed, but then I remembered that, oh yeah, last time I set the seed, this is now our seeder, so I'm good setting the seed now. Now, is this going to show that I have 2 fertilizers down or just 1? It is showing that I have 2 fertilizers down. So I need to figure out why I'm only getting 90% return. Or am I getting 100%? I don't know. Last time I only got 90%. And I don't know why. So yeah, I don't think it'll take us long to get this field seeded, and then we'll start going through the days and get it to the point where it's ready to be harvested, and then we'll do harvesting the next round. I do want to do some grinding in between now and the harvest, though, because I want to be able to buy that field next time it's empty. It's 207,000. Right now we're at 129,000. So yeah, I do want to get some grinding done. But I want to make sure that field is empty first. So what I will probably do is from now till harvest, every month, probably do like 3 or 4 jobs. To try to get to that 207,000 by the time we finish this field. Because I want to buy that field, I want to change it into a rice field. And then at that point, we will be doing long grain rice in both of these fields next season. Which will not be fun, because it's going to take double the amount of time, but that's okay. Because that means we get 60,000. Plus, I will probably still be grinding in between that. Because 60,000 is just not going to be enough. $60,000 is the cost of one of the machines to do in short grain race. So even though the goal is to no longer be doing jobs for other people, which I'm still going to continue to do jobs for other people just because it makes things go a little bit faster for you guys. And I will use that loosely. A little faster for you guys, not much faster. But, yeah, so Hopefully after I buy that field over there and that one back there, see, that one's going to be grapes. I already know, which means I have a lot of equipment to buy, which is not the ideal thing. I honestly don't know what I need for grapes. I might actually have to look up a guide or something on grapes. I know a guy I used to game with, loved doing grapes. But I don't even know if he still plays Farming Sim, to be honest. We had a multiplayer server, but nobody ever went on it. I didn't know what those guys were working on, so I didn't go on it very much. And now the one guy I don't even hear from anymore, I hope he's okay. I mean, sent him a message, haven't heard anything back from him or anybody else, so... But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna, like we've done a million times before, get this field done, and then I'm gonna go grinding for the rest of the day, probably. I actually have time to grind today, so I might go do that. Try to make a bunch of money while this field grows. Unfortunately, that means you guys are going to watch another harvest of this field, which, I mean, you get used to it. This field's going to be harvested a lot. And then once I can, we're going to buy that field. I'm hoping to make enough money grinding. See, it all depends on how much time I have to grind. Because if I have a couple hours to grind, I can make a lot of money in a couple hours. I can make about 5,000 every half an hour grinding in this game. So that's 10,000 an hour. If I can get like 3 hours in, that's 30 grand. If I can get 6 hours in, that's 60 grand, you know. It still doesn't put us high enough. I mean, we also get to play House Flipper, Garage Flipper. Anything in here? 56%. That's close, but not going to be enough. It needs to be around the 60% mark, so we've got nothing this month. Because I make 2 or 3 grand off of the tractor flipping, so... And that takes less time than doing a field. But you've got to look for the 60% plus off. Looks like I'm building a racetrack, doesn't it? Although I'm making right-hand turns, not left-hand turns. Sorry, guys. Alright, can I make this tight of a turn? There we go. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that field. Can't wait till I have these 3 fields at least up and running. But, I mean, that's next one we got to concentrate on. Like I said, there's 2 pieces of equipment we have to buy. One is 95,000, one is 60,000. So, one harvest of both of these fields buys the one machine, and then we got to buy the other one machine, which is 2 harvests of both of these fields. Plus me grinding, so... Plus, I want to buy 2 greenhouses, which means I have a water tanker that I gotta buy. So, yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us. Oh, and did you notice? I did get rid of that fucking shed finally. I couldn't stand that shed. It was getting so in the way. It was becoming such a pain in the ass. I've now gotten rid of it. I finally had enough of it and got rid of it. And I have not found a multi-grain silo to put on there yet. So, that'll be coming eventually as well. Although right now, as long as I'm doing long grain rice, I'm actually selling pretty much at peak time. Peak time is pretty much harvest season for long grain rice, so as long as I'm doing long grain rice, I don't really need the silos yet. Now, once we switch over to the short grain rice, I'd have to look, but because I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about the short grain rice. I know the long grain rice is. I'm not even sure when the short grain rice gets harvested. So I'm going to be at a disadvantage for the short grain rice. And that's just like the grapes. I'm going to be at a disadvantage for the grapes. Yeah, these fields seem to be hard on this equipment, though. Let me tell you. Because of going up and over those bumps all the time. But I honestly wouldn't want to do these fields any other way but with a tractor. I know in foreign countries, like third world countries, they still use the water buffalo to do their fields, and then they harvest by hand. I really couldn't imagine doing that. Almost done. 2 more roundabouts. The whole way roundabout. I think it's funny that we do the headers last, but I mean, it makes the field look so much better, and you're not driving over stuff you've already done. Supposedly in this version of the game, when you got all your settings on hard, which I do, if you drive over your seeds, you could risk crop damage, which I do have crop damage on. Now there is a mod out there that turns crop damage on for neighbors' fields as well. In which case, if you damage a neighbor's field, you get charged by that neighbor for the damage. I am really tempted to get that mod. Just because it makes it that much harder. We see how many times I go into the neighbor's field when I'm working on this field here. I mean, this field's straight ahead of me. I go into that one all the time. Once it's mine, I'm no longer going to want to go into that field. I'm going to have to be more careful. But right now, because I can't destroy my crop or my neighbor's crops, I haven't really been worried about it, you know. When I should be. But I don't. I mean, I do like the fact that it is showing dark blue now. That is a good thing. We're getting quite the cloud cover, aren't we? Doesn't look like they're calling for rain, so we should be alright. Alright, so this should be the last pass for this one. I need to come in a little harder. There we go. Need to make sure I'm hitting these edges. I mean, I know when the AI harvests, they're not going to hit the edges, and I got to go back through and hit the edges anyway, but... And this is where I miss course play. Supposedly, course play is coming back. I don't know if it is or not for sure. Apparently it is available. I'm gonna have to look, because from what I'm reading right now, it is available. Ah, it is in beta. So it might be available in... I want to be careful not to hit that field. Alright, so Courseplay Beta has just released for Farming Sim 25. But it might not be on the Giants hub yet. Okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out. If when Courseplay does finally release, it's going to make things nicer because I can actually set the harvest routes for this one, and that one, and that one, and the AI will just do it, you know. And I don't have to worry about them missing spots or anything like that. I do really like horseplay because then you can also set it so the AI will actually put the tractors away when they're done. Although I don't like them doing that because I like to clean them all off before I put them away. Although I still don't have a pressure washer yet. That's going to be coming way down the road, like over there. But yeah, that's going to be when I'm setting up that other field for the maintenance field. The maintenance and shed field. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and fill that up. Well, that didn't work out so well, did it? Yeah, so eventually this shed here will probably be sitting up here empty. And that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.